Hello everyone, time for the marketplace. I'm Charles IJ. Here's what's coming up. Anger and confusion as government's Taskforce on Retail Trade shuts down shops of foreign retailers without licenses in Accra. We have details on this. Also, Bank of Ghana directs financial institutions to ensure new staff are vetted by policy and police officials before employment. We will tell you how that could help curtail the rise in fraud cases in the financial sector. And as President Akufo-Addo is expected to hand over the office complex for the Continental Free Trade Agreement, we discuss the future of the trade pact which has stalled. Hello once again. Now to the details of the stories. Now, Government Task Force on Retail Trade has begun shutting down shops owned by foreign retailers without licensing as at Soldier Bar and Area Circle Accra. Now, close to 50 shops have been locked up so far since the team made up of police and military officers moved into the trade zone. The retail traders, although initially cooperative, are meeting the task force with both oral and physical resistance. PSA Nana Yaosafo joins me with the latest on this. He's on the ground. He'll be joining us later on for some details on what exactly is happening there. But moving ahead, as we wait for PSA for that particular update, the Bank of Ghana is directing financial institutions to have all their new staff adequately vetted by the police. Now, this is to prevent the employment of fraudsters into the industry. It is part of the several directives from the regulator to curtail rising fraud cases. George Rafi has more in this report.
The central bank, as part of these directives, is also asking all financial institutions to strictly monitor their staff on every transaction, as well as implement appropriate internal controls. To check the high rate of fraud, the various institutions are also being directed to review the working conditions and remuneration of staff based on aligned job functions. Know your customer systems at banks and specialized deposit-taking institutions should also be strengthened to help early detection and unusual transactions initiated on customers. Financial institutions are also required to install systems that would help track data on trends of all transactions on customers. The financial institutions are also required to install systems that would help better track trends on all transactions of their clients. For customers, the Bank of Ghana is advising them to be a little bit diligent and encourage them the use of electronic payment method that would have an audit trail of all transactions. Check printing houses are also not being left out of this, as the regulator has directed them to strictly abide by the Bank of Ghana's regulations that help check against the cloning of checks. The recommendations follow rising fraud cases in financial institutions, which hit 2,295 ending last year, representing a 5% jump over what was recorded in 2018. The report also showed that suppression of cash and issues relating to deposit accounted with the largest portion of fraud cases reported to the Bank of Ghana. These were valued at 160 million Ghana cedis. It also revealed that majority of these fraud were done by staff connected to these financial institutions. Now, this is coming at a time that the governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, revealed that the recent mobile money fraud that hit majority of the banks were actually aided by internal staff. This has left many people asking whether the problem is about these staff not being paid well, or maybe they are just greedy.
Now, in the past weeks, COVID-19 related news have been depressing and to both the eyes and ears as cases increase and deaths double world over. But there is a silver lining. Here in Ghana, businesses are getting creative and innovative with tailor-made products and services that best serve the purpose of stopping the spread of the virus. Well, I've been speaking with three innovative minds, including inventor of the popular Veronica bucket and the pastor turned engineer. Here's more. Since Ghana recorded its first case of COVID-19 in February, the burden for impact solutions to a new way of life has been so heavy. Washing of hands with soap under running water has been the new normal. This public health directive resurrected the name Veronica buckets. Unique buckets with faucets spotted at vantage points along streets and highways. I sat with the curator of this invention, Veronica Bequin.
I did this over almost 30 years ago. It's been on the quiet, With the advent of COVID-19, you know the story. The idea was to make this, to provide running water from simple material, just a container fitted with a faucet. With advent of COVID-19, what has happened? Other people have come out with innovations.
As economies world over restrict air travels amid closed land and sea borders, Veronica believes placing priority on science and technology will wean Ghana off its dependence on the West.
We tend to copy too much. You see, even bread selling. You see one person selling bread somewhere. Before you are aware, about 10 other people have joined the person. We should be more innovative and make sure that whatever we come out with, it should be unique, like you rightly said, and people should stop copying the same thing. They should look elsewhere, move ahead, maybe build on whatever exists, and then come out with something different. We are too fond of copying.
Yes, her innovation with the Veronica bucket has been of great impact to Ghana's fight against the virus. But there is one thing Madame Veronica still regrets 30 years on after her invention. She failed to patent her work, especially as many countries around the world have adopted her innovation. She's lost so much cash in this process.
I didn't look ahead to improve upon it, or I never thought that it would be this popular. I didn't patent mine, which was a big mistake on my part. So I hope people out there will help these young ones who are coming up with all these new things to do, first of all, do the patenting, and then encourage them, support them either financially or otherwise, so that they move them ahead.
I'm quite curious to know, so does it mean your innovation wasn't patented?
It wasn't.
That was a huge mistake you made.
It was a huge mistake, and I don't want anybody to make that mistake. So I'm advising the youth who are coming up with all these innovations on the Veronica bucket to really persevere. Make sure they patent, seek support to move it forward.
My name is Reverend T.D. Caleb Atuklu. I'm a Reverend Minister, an ordained man of God. I have a technical knowledge in my technical education.
The test of COVID-19 has now become a testimony for Tete Doji Caleb Atiklu, a local pastor who got his engineering juices reinvigorated by the pandemic. With his church closed during the lockdown, Pastor Caleb returned to his old love of engineering to create a hand-washing machine for the times.
As I was praying one of these days and before the COVID and during the COVID, then I had the inspiration of the hand wash machine with being a free hands. And so with that hands, using the paddle to paddle it and operating the valves of the soap and the sanitizer and then the tap. And so we have to devise a means that will be firmly rooted to the tap family, and so that you can operate it and then have it on the sanitizer and the soap, so that when it operates, you will not have your hands and then you will not get this have it spoiled within a short time, but it takes a long time to have it repaired. And so that's basically the whole thing about. And so as you can see behind me, they are working on it, and then we have this is Timber Market. This place is more like a Kumasi magazine. And so basically what they do here is they have all sort of engine works, all sort of machines. And so this is a machinery setup. And Mr. Kwanzaa is my engineer. He's working on the hand wash machine. And so Royal Wood Hand Wash is what we have here.
But he couldn't do this alone. He needed Joseph, a metal fabricator who brought his idea to reality.
I've been here for 25 good years in machines, engineering, fabrication. Since I got one friend, Mr. Godfred Caleb, came here to introduce something to me that can we do it? I said, no, it's a small problem. He said, okay, let's start. So I and my boys started doing something about it. So in fact, we've gone so far to this stage, we see that everything is going on smoothly. So we are on it, completing it. This is the first time I'm getting into the machinist, because mostly I'm in a machinist. So once he brought this, I said, no, I can do it. So let him try so that we can do to help.
When done, this hand-washing technology will make it to corporate entities, schools, hospitals, everywhere. This means money for these workers. On my way to the office, I chanced upon Ernest Akwa, a taxi driver taking COVID-19 safety protocol to an innovative level. Boss, morning, how are you?
Fine.
Everything cool?
Yeah.
And I go Joy FM.
Okay.
How much?
Give me 15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Please
Thank
wash
you.
your hand. Go. Wash your hand for me.
I should wash my hand?
Yeah.
Okay. I should wash my hand here?
Yeah.
But how does it work?
I will operate it here.
You operate it here?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so there's already soap inside, right?
Yeah. Then the water.
Oh, I see. This is so smart, Charlie.
Yeah.
So the water too is inside the car?
Yeah.
Wow. So I do all these things before I sit in your car?
Yeah.
It says here, Joe Techniques COVID-19 wash hand. That's quite great, quite smart. It was a jolly ride. I asked Ernest how it all came about.
The time we go lockdown, then I get it in dream. Yeah. The time I get it in dream, then I started think how I can get material to do the thing. Then I started find the material. Then I started make experiments.
I see.
Yeah. So that first day I get the experiment, I did the thing. That one I used gallon.
Oh, okay.
Did it. Then another day I started innovate it.
Wow.
Then third day I did in big one.
Wow.
Yeah. Then I put for the passengers side.
I see. That's great. So, when your passengers come inside the taxi, what did they tell you?
Oh, they say, hey, this one there, this is the first time people saw this machine. Yeah. The first time. Then this this coronavirus bring things in world.
I see. So I mean, this is the only car that I've seen in Accra so far which has this thing inside. As a driver, what message do you have to government?
As at night, my mind is like government to help me to everybody have a car in Ghana, then I'll get this machine in a car. Yeah, because if you come enter the car, then you wash your hand before you enter the car. That one is good.
Resilience and creativity are critical to fighting COVID-19 in a battered global economy. Although the government has injected massive support for businesses, innovative minds and products can best ease the burden of the pandemic. It's quite interesting if you listen to the stories of Madam Veronica, the curator of Veronica Buckets, Pastor Caleb, the pastor turned engineer, and even that of Joe, the taxi driver who has this gadget attached to his taxi. It's quite clear. One story resonates around all their submissions. The fact that amidst COVID-19, they are eager to use their innovations and their sense of creativity to not just come up with niche products, but as well to ensure safety protocols of COVID-19 are adapted to. I'm Charles Ayese reporting for Joy Business. Innovative piece there. You're still watching the marketplace. Now, Government Task Force on Retail Trade, as we earlier stated in the beginning of our bulletin, has begun shutting down shops owned by foreigners without licenses at Soldier Bar area in Circle Accra. Close to 50 shops have been locked up so far since the team made up of police and military officers moved in to the trade zone. Now, the retail traders, although initially cooperative, are meeting the task force with both oral and physical resistance. Let's get onto the phone lines now to get in touch with the leader of the Nigerian retailers, Chukwuemeka, who has been witnessing events there since morning. Chukwuemeka, many thanks for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much, my brother.
So you have seen shops being closed down, foreign retailers who do not have documents have their shops closed down.
Okay, point of correction. I'm not the chairman of the foreign retail traders. I'm chairman of Nigeria Union of Traders Association.
Great. So you have seen most of the shops belonging to foreign retailers shut down so far. It's clear to see that they never had documentation.
That is a lie from the top of the pit of hell. They never asked any documentation today. They came and started closing the shop. And that was misinformation. The information we received earlier is that they will be coming to our end to check our level of compliance. And at the end of the day, instead of them to check the documentation, they now close shops. Fine, we do not have problem with that, but I think it's not fair. The whole issue should be according to plan. They should inform us earlier so that we should know what to do.
Chukwuemeka, I may have to interrupt there. Initially, we had the Trade Ministry together with the Ghanaian Traders Association and even the police officials release a circular insisting that you people have been given a 10-day moratorium to provide your document or have your shops closed down. So the fact of they being lying could be much more controversial.
You see, the problem we are having as the people is that if we are working for institutions, sometimes we take an instruction and we fail to understand it. And we go out there and pass the misinformation to the public. The information I receive in writing, not even by engagement, is that the committee will be coming to inspect the documentation of the Nigeria traders. And that is what we told them. So they started in Abosoka from Monday to yesterday, and they came to Circle today. Everyone would have expect that they do the same thing, because we're also circulating information, what they are asking and what have you. So if they come today and did not ask anybody any question, and if you have watched TV, you can see some people flying their own documents, showing everywhere that they have a documentation and they have given them assessment to pay taxes, and they have paid. And the information I'm receiving from the sector chairman is that the majority of them have complied with the taxes that were given to them by the interministerial committee. Whatever you're saying they have no document is what I don't understand. I heard the minister talking about $1 million cash, equity or cash for what? Listen, the Minister of Foreign Affairs told our minister, the Honorable Akufo-Addo, said that ECOWAS nationals will not be affected by capital of $1 million.
Interesting.
If that have changed, we should also
there.
be made to know.
Interesting. Chukwuemeka, I think we'd have to advance this discussion, especially when you're making the claim that you had no idea whatsoever the fact that most of these shops are going to be closed by the task force. We shall be following on this closely to give you updates. In the meantime, we're going to be taking a short break. When we come back, there is more discussion on the Continental Free Trade Area shortly. Do stay. You're still watching Marketplace. Now, we're expecting President Akufo-Addo to hand over the office complex that will host the Secretariat of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement area to officials of the African Union. Now, Ghana has won the bid to host the Secretariat, and for this, we're joined by the Chief Technical Advisor and Head of AFTA Negotiation Support Unit, Prudence Sibahizi, for more on this particular development. So, Prudence, many thanks for joining us. And first of all, what does this mean to the nation as the AFTA has been postponed to next year?
Ladies and gentlemen, depending on where you are, I would say that this is a very important development for the government of Ghana and for the people of Ghana to have the AFCFTA Secretariat headquarters in the capital city of Accra. I would like to emphasize that when you look at Africa's integration agenda right from the beginning, we take the first president of Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah, as the founding father of Africa or Africa integration. So having the AFCFTA headquarters in Accra means having the capital of economic development of Africa in Accra.
Great. Now, the president, during a closed session of the 33rd AU Summit, explained that negotiations with real estate companies for residential accommodation for other AFTA staff were on course. What's the update on that so far?
Yes, we already have the AFCFTA Secretary General. He's been appointed on the 23rd of March this year, and he's ready to move to the AFCFTA headquarters in Accra. And the immediate attention that he has to bring to the process is to complete the recruitment process of the AFCFTA Secretariat staff. We are already in the process of finalizing outstanding negotiations, and there is a planned extraordinary summit on the 5th of December this year. And we believe that by then, most outstanding work on negotiations will be concluded, and come 1st of January 2021, we will start trading within the AFCFTA framework. I would like to mention that the date for start of trading was set for 1st of July this year.
Okay.
And unfortunately, due to COVID-19, this was postponed.
Right.
So
Prudence, we're so grateful. We're so grateful for that update. But let's still stay on matters regarding the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement area, because even ahead of its full implementation in 2021, we've had parts of the agreement regarding the routes of origin and retail laws yet to be firmed up. Lois Yao Afol is Executive Director of AFTA, and he joins us on this issue as well. So many thanks for joining us on the program. First of all, how far advanced are we when it comes to the agreement on the routes of origin?
Let me extend my greetings to Prudence, a very, very good friend and full of inspiration to everyone. And also, I want to say that with the rules of origin, the best of what I know that a lot of document is being put together, but I know that they are most about 90% true with schedules by member states, and that shouldn't be a problem. That is what I know from my perspective, and so I know that, and I know Prudence will confirm that.
Great.
It's about 90% ready. Yes.
Great. Now, speaking of AFTA, we do know yourself, you in Ghana, and our top story today, shops are being closed, to retailers who do not have documentation. We've seen this feud between locals and foreigners expand for 25 years now. How much of a threat could this have on AFTA moving forward?
I keep saying that it wouldn't have a threat because, number one, let us distinguish between what is happening within the retail industry and then African Continental Free Trade, what member states have negotiated. Once you negotiate in a competition, a free trade, you are asking for competition. These are investment issues that have to be solved within the framework of every member state's laws. Look at the ECOWAS trade liberalization scheme. Though it's going through review, every member state has certain peculiar laws. Even if you go to Nigeria, they have a law that bans alien retails. In the same way in Ghana, from the days of Kwame Nkrumah, it was reviewed under Busia, the policy of indigenization, whereby there is a need for certain peculiar retail areas reserved for the people. This should not be an issue that has to, it will not have that major impact on AFTA, because at the end of the day, the rules of origin it's clear on how members will trade.
All right. Thank you very much, Lois. I think you've made your point well known. But let's just end with you, Prudence. In 30 seconds, 30. What about the dedicated booth at the Kotoka International Airport that the president promised to facilitate the entry and exit requirements of AFTA officials? Any updates on that?
What I know is that according to the government of Ghana promise is that all officials that will be participating in air safety activities will be accorded diplomatic treatment at the airport.
Okay.
And I think that's very in line with the international diplomatic rules.
Okay. Prudence, we're so grateful for your time, same as Louis as well. And that's how we draw the curtains on the marketplace with me, Charles Aite. For me and the rest of the team, many thanks for watching. Election Brief with Arba Kumson is up next. Do stay.